Hi, my name is Noel Davis with World Composting, and today we're going to go over the urban worm bag and see how it's doing. Now, it's been almost a month since my last update, and that's because of the fruit fly issue that I had. I wanted to close it off and just leave it shut. I've been vacuuming up fruit flies out of it, and for the past week, I haven't seen anything in the bin at all as far as bugs. So it's time to really start digging down, see if there's anything in there, and if there is, maybe not doing feeding. If there is not, though, these worms are probably starving for food at this point. They're probably working through the bedding at the bottom. Anything that's moist, it's a huge layer of dry material at the top, and we really need to start adding in that food. So I have a massive container of food here, as you can see right here, one of my big containers, ready to go. This is frozen, so no bugs being added to the mix, but we really need to start getting some food in these bins if we can, now that this fruit fly issue is under control. And with that, I'm still going to add a little bit of BTI to this bin, just like I've been doing to all my bins, to make sure that there's no fungus gnat infestations that take over. So let's go and take a look and see how it's doing. All right, so here's the urban worm bag. Let's open this up and take a look and see how it's doing inside. I don't even have a vacuum going. That's how confident I am. Hopefully it proves me right, but I've not seen anything in here. And it looks like that holds true today as well. So let me get on the glove here and let's start poking around. So we have a huge mass of this dry paper on the top, and this is the best way I have found to get rid of fruit flies typically, is to have this on the top. Now hopefully none fly in here while we're doing this, but you know, you can't guarantee that's not going to happen. So let me pull all this stuff to the side. As you can tell, there's a lot in here, and let's see if we can get down to where the worms are. So I'm already a good 6 to 8 inches, and we are still just seeing paper. I'm trying to pile it onto the sides here. All right, we're starting to get the first throws of where the worms might be. So let me move that, let that stay down there. And I see a corn on the cob here and our first worm. So we've got one worm right there. Looks like they're doing okay. It's a little dry down there, obviously. Let's just dig down here a little bit more. Let's just see what else I can find. There we go. You can tell that they are definitely lethargic, I feel. They're pretty big. I'm not seeing any cocoons in here, but I'm not surprised. This powder, I think, was some diatomaceous earth that we had thrown in there. And they're still a little bit lively, but not too lively. It's definitely on the dry side. We're definitely going to have to add some water, which we will be doing with that BTI mix. And we have the corn on the cobs here too, which aren't really breaking down. There's, you know, I can break them apart, but they're not real soft yet, where they just kind of mush apart. And, you know, they're not springy. See, I can press on it and it's not really moving all that much. So there's still a little bit of food in there left with those. Let's just dig to the side here real quick. I put a lot of corn and cobs in here. I feel another one, but let's just see here. So there's some more worms. Oh, I see a cocoon right there. Let me just grab this cocoon here. Oh, feels like it's an empty cocoon, but there is a cocoon there. Let's just see if I can get it to focus. There we go, I think. But there is a cocoon there. It felt like it was, yeah, it's empty. This one was already hatched. But that's okay. That just shows that there is stuff in here, though, that the worms are multiplying and everything. So I think this looks pretty good. I think we should add in our food. And now, as I said, I'm adding in a ton of food. So I'm going to actually dig down here a little bit more, kind of move this stuff around a little bit, push this to the side the best I can here. And we're going to add in some food. Let me grab the food that we've got here. We've got a ton of food, a variety of material that we're adding here. So first off, we've got some coffee grounds, banana peels, apple core, so lots of fruits in there, some carrot, and this is not ground up real fine. I do prefer to grind stuff up, but I've not been able to do that either because of the fruit flies. I'm afraid to have stuff sitting in a bucket all ground up. More coffee grounds, some broccoli in here. Just shove that off to the side there. We're going to kind of press this in there. And we're going to throw in a little bit more. It looks like we're getting kind of full in this hole here. I don't want to fill it up too much because I want to make sure that we have room to cover it back up. So I'm going to just throw in some of these carrot ends, a little bit more apple. Actually, you know what? We're going to fill this up a little bit more. Hold on, let's just see if I can scrape a little bit more out of here. There we go. So some coffee grounds and stuff. And that's a good amount that's in there right now. I don't want to overdo it, have it where we get more bugs in here or anything like that. So there we go. That's a good start. We're going to break this up a little bit there. Now, with what was thrown in there, of course, I'm going to throw in some of my crushed eggshells, which I highly recommend you throw in quite frequently, even though there's a lot of stuff in here. And this stuff, remember, this for this crushed egg and crab shell, you do want to not breathe it in. That's why you have a little container low over the hole. And I think that's good for now. So the last thing I want to add, though, is I've been adding these mosquito dunks. So I've been adding this to all of my bins right now because of possibility of fungus gnats. And what I did is I threw one of these tablets into a big bucket with a 5-gallon bucket with water, and I just keep taking scoops full of water out, and then I can add that to my bins without, with having it soaked in. And that way it's not it's something that's ready to go. It's been sitting there a little bit, less chance of issues. And let's just close this back up now. We're going to leave all this paper in here. The worms will move through all this bedding eventually. It just takes time. These, I feel that the Europeans aren't quite as fast at this as the Reds are, maybe. And I've heard that the Africans are really, really fast at moving through bedding. But really, that's it for this update. So, fruit fly issue in this bin under control. Fungus gnats, 0. Large feeding will probably take some time for the worms to find it, but they should move into here really quick and really start to consume that. And then hopefully this moisture we're adding to the top will help get this paper into a position where it can be cycled through as well. Because when it's dry, they're not going to work on it. It needs to grow microbes and funguses and mold on it, and then they start working on it. So with it being dry on top, they're not going to touch it. They're going to wait till it's wet. So thank you for watching. Remember, I do have links to all this stuff down below if you're looking to purchase an urban worm bag or a vermi bag or worms. I have a memes worms now as my channel is the affiliate link that I have down below if you're looking to purchase any of those things. And if you have any questions or anything that you want to know about my systems, please drop me a comment down below and let me know. And thank you for watching.